It's the third day at the House of Tiny Tearaways, and it's been a turbulent start to the week. One family had to leave and a new family has arrived. With only 4 days to go, there's a mountain of problems to climb.
I'm stuck in a marriage that's there for convenience.
You're not going to change. You come here and you're still in change.
Here at the House of Tiny Tearaways, 3 families are hoping to
Can I help them? Of course I can. Can I help them in 6 days? I don't know.
The Dixons, Mum Sarah and Dad Darren, are desperate to deal with their 5-year-old son Harrison and his abusive behaviour.
What do I look like?
To add insult to injury, he's also been diagnosed with a food phobia. Sarah McMillan has developed a fractious relationship with her 4-year-old daughter Kelsey. Her own parenting techniques haven't worked, and Kelsey continues to defy her mother. The Pitt family of Mum, Alex and Dad Toney have come to seek help for their 2-year-old son Toby, whose sleep problem is exhausting his parents, and his brother Timu, who's almost 7. Part of the problem is that Toby is still breastfeeding, so will Mum finally be able to wean him off? With just 4 days left, Tanya has a multitude of problems to solve. It's her toughest week yet, and the pressure is on. 5-year-old Harrison Dixon rarely sleeps in his own bed. In fact, Sarah and Darren Dixon have only had their bed to themselves just 5 times since Harrison was born. On the first night in the house, Harrison managed to fall asleep in his own bed, but ended up climbing back in with his mum and dad. Last night saw progress. After Dad Darren patiently settled him, Harrison slept through the night and in his own bed.
Who do you think it was?
As a reward, he is allowed into his parents' bed for a morning cuddle. Toney has encouraged Sarah and Darren to praise Harrison for good behaviour. Will they use this more positive approach to mark Harrison's massive step forward?
You did well. Slept in there all night.
All night.
Yeah.
2-year-old Toby Pitt is still being breastfed on a daily basis. The indecision about how to stop this has created a divide between Mum Alex and Dad Toney.
I just want him to stop.
It's got to stop. Yeah.
And the effort and attention involved in Toby's constant craving for Mum's breast has been alienating their other son, 7-year-old Timu. With only 5 days to work with the Pitts because of their late arrival yesterday, Tanya has asked Alex to try and stop breastfeeding Toby altogether. She successfully resisted feeding last night and this morning managed a bottle feed instead. Toby, though, is not going to give up without a fight.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking, you know, Tony, do you think I should feed him? No.
You could just make things worse,
Determined to help Toby break his breastfeeding habit, Dad Toney tries distracting him.
Yeah, it's easy. I'm going to give it a scale of 4 to 6.
We can make a trail around the floor with bits of paper. I don't know.
With such a fight on her hands, can Alex get through the day without giving in to Toby's demands?
Oh, yeah. Will you be a big boy now? You'll be really big and just drink that? No.
First up, let's talk about the Pitts. Quite hard for them because they arrived late. How have you found them?
I feel today is really my time to know them. What I saw was a very, very anxious and completely exhausted mother in Alex. I think a mum who wants to stop breastfeeding but just is caught up in it so emotionally that she doesn't know which way is up because she's so exhausted. I think Toney, her man, her husband, wants the breastfeeding to stop, but it feels like all sorts of resentments and stresses have built up.
Their problem is that Toby wakes up
constantly, continuously throughout the night wanting breast milk. He's 2. So Toby really shouldn't be breastfeeding anymore.
There's no need from a kind of nutritional point of view.
Right. So why is she still doing it?
Well, obviously breastfeeding isn't just about feeding your child food. It's about a mother-child relationship. It's about the baby. It's that bond. And I think that's more what this is about for Alex. And she told me that they won't have any more children. He's her last baby. So, of course, that's going to be, really difficult for her.
So what are you going to do with the Pitts today?
Talk to them. Really try and understand the differences in opinion, understand the pressures and the stresses that they're under, understand how they've got to a position where this little 2-year-old is incredibly powerful in their relationship, in their bed. So I think we've got to kind of crack down, what do you want and how do you want to do it? Do you want to do it straight away, cold turkey, end of breastfeeding? Do you want to do it gradually? Those are the questions.
Let's just talk about Sarah and Kelsey McMillan. Kelsey's 4, has really big tantrums. What do you think after having worked with them for 2 days?
Sarah McMillan is doing extremely well. I mean, I can't fault her. I'm really glad she's using the timeouts. She's only had to do, I think, 3 so far, whereas we were having lots of restraints, nasty, not good, prior to that. But I just don't see the Sarah here that I expected to see.
What did you expect?
Well, I saw a profile of a daughter and a mother locked at war, angry, cross. And I just feel that Sarah's just putting on a big smile. I mean, I just think she doesn't have to perform. She needs to have the courage to be herself so that we can start tackling some of the core issues behind her daughter's behaviour. Because otherwise, she'll go away with lots of techniques, but then she'll get back to her environment and all the stresses and all the things that have, I suppose, to some degree, pushed her and Kelsey into the space that they are. And how's she going to manage those?
What's your aim for the McMillans then today?
Fun.
Yeah.
But actually, more than that, I really need to find out from Sarah what's going on behind the smiles.
Let's talk about the Dixons. This child has a problem with eating, he has a problem with sleeping, and he has behavioural issues. I mean, he swears, he kicks, he lashes out, they can't take him anywhere, they don't take him anywhere. So many problems.
When there are such kind of global problems, the question is, why? What is going on? And my first port of call is never the child, it's always the parents and their relationship. Sarah Dixon and Darren Dixon went to bed together and woke up together in a bed. And last night, there was a point where she fell asleep with her head on his chest. I mean, if you haven't had that for 5 years, where are they at? What's the relationship like? I mean, I don't see any affection between the 2 of them.
Oh, that's true.
The atmosphere when you're with them as a couple is very, very flat. Harrison seems to be the kind of source of energy in the relationship with the couple and with his parents. And why is your son this unhappy? Why does he have these problems? Why do you find it so difficult to put your arms around each other?
While Harrison plays with 4-year-old Kelsey McMillan, Tanya has asked Mum Sarah and Dad Darren Dixon to the quiet room for their morning consultation.
So what have you got? What have you got from the experience so far?
We can't keep throwing this negative attitude at Harry.
Do you feel that you've neglected him emotionally as a child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always been, what do you can say, it's been there.
Well, we've never been there for him, have we? In some ways, I know I'm a good parent. I don't neglect him in other ways, whereas I've neglected him for the emotional side of things. So I haven't neglected him for the love. We do buy him a lot of things, don't we? His room's just full of
love
toys.
to shut him up, don't we?
Yeah.
So is that a good thing to buy him a lot of things?
No, obviously not.
One of the things that I noticed that didn't happen yesterday was very much affection between the 2 of you. I think you find that really difficult. I saw it when you were crying. You sat there like this. You were upset too, but you couldn't even touch your husband. Do you think you are an affectionate couple? Do you think you show each other?
No.
I didn't even get the sentence out, no.
No. I'm always, if I've got an opinion, it's always that with Darren.
Which is?
He just don't show me, I know I shouldn't give it to me all the time, I should give it to him, and he does say that. He always says...
It's not a one-way street.
Yeah, he said it's not a one-way street, you don't give it to me. But I must admit, Darren does always go out the door in the morning and say I love you, and I never say it back. Because I don't find saying it hard, I just think, why should I say it? Yeah.
Not feeling it.
Do you feel loved?
No.
You don't feel loved by Darren?
No.
Of course you do.
No,
You should do.
I try and tell you this, but at home everything could be twisted, he'd turn things around. I'm stuck in a marriage it's there for convenience, and I'm there to cook, clean, and look after the children. That's it. I do try telling you, but things are twisted. See, it's my fault, so I just leave it at that.
Our marriage is just a thing. That's it. It was a day. A marriage was a day. We got married, and we think that should be it. We're married now. We don't have to tell each other we love each other no more. We don't have to do the kissy, cuddly things, because...
The only time you show me love, the only time you kiss me is when we go bed and have sex, to put it bluntly. And I said that to you. And even that's very rare and frequent.
It's something that we do well without arguing.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Okay, so there is an aspect of your relationship that does work for you.
Oh, we collect
Yeah.
air.
But it doesn't happen that often.
No, because, well, it's a bit hard of our lane in between.
Exactly. I feel that one of the reasons you get so cross with Harrison is because his father gives him more love and attention than he gives you. And I wonder whether you're a bit jealous of your son, because you see Darren have a relationship with his son that you don't have with your husband. I think you both use Harrison as a shield, as a weapon, and as a contraceptive.
Oh, you've said it, yeah. Never looked at it like that, but yeah.
Unless we address some of these issues, as soon as you get back home and you're in the kind of mundane routine of life, you're not in this amazing place, he'll be back in your bed, you'll be shouting about him again, and you'll be back on the phone arguing. He's 5, you're 32. Who are the adults in this family?
Us.
We're going to have to get our balls in our hand and sort it out.
That feels more energetic than anything you've ever said. I do feel you have to do that. You need to start taking some initiative. And because yesterday there were good moments, there was a lovely cuddle, the three of you on the floor. There were good moments, but there was so much sitting around and talking about how you feel about your life and your stuff. And there's this child, this lovely child who you've got this fantastic opportunity to do all sorts of things with. There's just this real kind of sense of, what next? So guess what you're doing today? You're taking him out. The three of you are going out on an outing. You need to pack a packed lunch. You're going out to a public place where there'll be lots of other children to do an activity with your son. But at lunchtime, you're going to come home and you're going to stay with Harry on your own.
Okay.
I don't want you to fail, but this is going to be hard for you because you don't take your son out because you're embarrassed by his behaviour. This little boy has blossomed and he's a real sociable child and he's made a really good friend in Kelsey. He's been playing with Toby and Timu already. He loves socialising, but you're denying him that opportunity. And for him developmentally, that's not a good thing. So you're going out today.
Okay.
While Mum Alex and Dad Tony Pitt begin preparing lunch, 4-year-old Kelsey Macmillan and 7-year-old Timu Pitt are outside in the garden.
Timu, you have to say sorry now.
No, I didn't.
I'm going to ask Daddy to come and talk to you, Timu.
I didn't. Okay, telling you I didn't.
I'll ask Kelsey's mum to come and talk to us. All right? Sarah, Kelsey said that Timu hit her on the head. Timu's denying it. Do you want to just ignore it? Okay. Well, I don't know who's telling the truth. I actually don't know. All right.
Just leave it at that.
Okay.
You never know whether Kelsey is telling the truth or not.
I can't tell with Timu either because he's kind of making funny faces at me, so I don't know either. Well, it's on film though, isn't it? So we all know the truth.
That's it, we'll find out.
It's the third day in the House of Tiny Tearaways, and as we reach the halfway mark, things are getting tougher for Tanya. Mum Sarah and Dad Darren Dixon have brought 5-year-old Harrison to try and resolve his behavioural problems. Harrison shouts, screams and lashes out if he doesn't get his own way. He also has a very limited diet, existing on chocolate buttons and bread and butter, and at night he refuses to go to sleep unless he's in his parents' bed. Toney has identified that a major cause of Harrison's behaviour is the lack of affection shown to him by his parents. 4-year-old Kelsey Macmillan's explosively defiant behaviour is a nightmare for single mum Sarah, and she's finding it increasingly difficult to cope with life at home. Since arriving, Kelsey has thrown a series of screaming tantrums, but a new time-out technique is beginning to control them. The third family are the Pitts from Croydon. Mum Alex and Dad Toney brought 2-year-old son Toby to the house in an attempt to stop him breastfeeding. He wakes continuously through the night, demanding Mum's breast, leaving both Alex and Dad Toney exhausted and putting considerable strain on their relationship. Toby's dependency on Mum Alex is also isolating their other son, 7-year-old Toney. With only 3 days now left in the House of Tiny Tearaways, the task facing Tanya is getting tougher, and time is running out. Still to come.
I just can't believe what I've done to her.
What have you done to her?
I've just made her the way she is.
While 4-year-old Kelsey Macmillan is being looked after by Darren Dixon, Tanya has called Mum Sarah for her morning consultation.
Right. You've told me your history and you've told me that you've been a bit of a brawler.
Yeah.
You can be very aggressive.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of floating on a plane of lovely mummy here.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, is this real? Is this really you? Do you think you're being on your best behaviour in the house to kind of do what you think I want you to do?
Not really.
If you're being really honest.
No,
because I'm not seeing the you and Kelsey that I thought was coming into the house.
Because I had a bit of a shout at her yesterday morning. And again, I had a bit of a strop this morning with her. But normally, see, if she's in a bad mood, then I'll be in a bad mood. And so if Kelsey's in a good mood, I'm in a good mood, I'm happy.
Oh, right.
So it's sort of a bit like that. Both of our moods sort of brush off on each other. So
it's interesting to me that you're saying that Kelsey's mood then determines your mood.
Yeah. Because if Kelsey's kicking off all the time and sort of fighting me all the time and being aggressive towards me, then I start shouting at Kelsey. So it's very much like that, because she just winds me up, and then it's blow, blow, blow. And it's just like, will you just go away, sit down, leave me alone, and very much sort of like that.
Do you think you're mother and daughter, or do you think you're more like friends or even partners?
Yeah, that's it. Kelsey's not really a 4-year-old. And I'm not really treating her like a 4-year-old. I'm treating her more like a 14-year-old.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think very much. I think it's more of a pally sort of the way I speak to her. So,
which means that when you need to be authoritative and be mummy,
she doesn't want to listen to me.
She doesn't take any notice.
No, yeah.
Why do you think that's happened?
I don't know. I think I've made Kelsey grow up too soon. Instead of making the most out of her childhood and doing sort of more playing and stuff like that, I've done more sort of grown-up stuff really with her.
Do you think Kelsey embodies everything to you? She's your child, but she's also your mate in the house.
A bit of everything, yeah. My partner, someone to argue with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that?
It's quite depressing, really. In a way, yeah. She's not getting a chance for her to grow up properly and her to be a child. She's losing out. I'm piling everything on top of her. Here we go.
Come say it. Tell me why you're crying.
She just really sit and think of it, and all that. I was stopping her from being a child and having fun. Thank you.
Do you think you're doing that?
Yeah, I'm making her grow up too soon, too quick. She needs to be a child and have fun and play.
Do you think you treat her like a mini adult?
Yeah.
And how do you think that's impacted on your bonding and your relationship with her mother?
We haven't bonded properly because I've just left her to it.
You think you've left her to it?
Yeah, we sit back and think about it, yeah. When she's gone upstairs in her bedroom, I've been downstairs sort of doing stuff. Instead of being upstairs playing with her, I've left her to play upstairs on her own.
But should you be there all the time?
No, she needs time on her own. But I think she's probably having too much time, really, thinking about it. And I'm not being with her as much as what I should be.
And the time she does have with you is spent doing what?
Arguing most of the time, and the occasional play.
Holding her down on the stairs, taking her toys away.
Yeah.
So it's
all nasty stuff.
Well, it's a battle, but it's almost like you're locked into an argument with a partner that you have an uneasy relationship with. Kelsey's not a little girl, but do you feel like a woman? Do you feel like a grown-up, an adult, a woman who...
Not really, no, not at the moment. As I said, in a lot of the ways, I feel that I'm the child and Kelsey's a grown-up.
Yeah. The dynamic in the relationship is...
She's trying to sort me out.
She is. She's brought you here.
Yeah, definitely.
I think she's brought you here because she wants her mummy to be looked after a bit. Is this stuff that you haven't already thought about?
Not really, no. Sort of talking about it, I can sort of see it now. But I didn't sort of see it before. I think blind to it.
Toney has encouraged Sarah and Darren Dixon to show more positive attention towards 5-year-old son Harrison. Toney believes that his swearing and bad behaviour
Do you want to give me a kiss?
are attempts on Harrison's part to get attention of any kind, even if it's negative.
Oh.
40.
Can you give me a cuddle?
40.
Shall I give Harry a kiss? Shall I give Harry a cuddle? Shall I? Shall I give Harry some love? Shall I? Shall I?
40.
Listen.
40.
Listen. Shall I give Harry some love? Would you like that? Would you like me to kiss you all over? Would you?
Dad.
Oi, Harry. Harrison, no more.
No more.
Single mum Sarah McMillan is reflecting on her earlier consultation with Tanya.
What's happened?
Nothing, darling. Mummy, back in a minute.
Why are you crying?
I'm all right, Poppet. I'll be back in a minute.
Why are you crying, Mummy?
I'm okay, sweetheart.
Why are you
Mummy's just feeling a
crying?
bit emotional at the moment, okay? All right, Mummy, back in a minute. Okay? I'm all right, sweetheart.
Mum, let's push them on the swing. No. No, I have. Because I want my mommy. You want your mommy?
Hello.
Hi, it's me.
Oh, yeah?
Come here. Come here. Go sit down. Sit down. So you needed to do this. There's a lot there, isn't there?
Yeah.
What is it?
I can't believe what I've done to her.
What have you done to her?
I've just made her the way she is.
And tell me about her. Describe her to me.
She's a lovely little girl, but she's got too much on her shoulders at such a young age. She'd gone out there to play and have fun. I saw that I was upset and wanted to come straight to me.
So you can see it now.
Yeah, gotcha.
So what can we do about it?
Get it sorted, get back to being a little girl.
And how's she going to be? How's that going to happen?
I know it's going to be hard.
But what's got to change first?
I have.
In what way?
Stop depending on her as much. Start letting her be a little girl. I don't know how to do it.
You will know what to do instinctively, in the same way that when I showed you the time out in here yesterday, you knew how to do it. Because your instincts for Kelsey are incredibly spot on. As a mother, you are incredibly with your child, you know her, and your instincts are brilliant.
I just don't know myself though.
It feels like you've started a really, really important journey here. Not just for Kelsey, but for
the
you,
whole family.
for you, her mum.
Tanya has called
really
the Pitt
jealous,
family,
that's how
who
Timo
arrived
do.
only yesterday to the consultation room. She wants to get to the crux of the family's problem.
Do you 100% want Toby to not breastfeed day?
Yeah, I want 100%. We just stop day or night. Stop.
Finish now. End of it. 100%?
99.
Because it would be better
Yeah, I do.
for her
Because I
if she has
can't.
to
I
go
can't.
out to get a job or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what your head says. What does your heart say?
I don't think.
Heart's still saying yes, I know that.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like, it's
tell.
like a physical mummy thing.
can
That's
tell.
like, I've been doing this for 2 years. That's my purpose, is to feed my baby. And that's what, when I've been out all day and I come home, it's like, mummy boob. I'm just boobs.
He is a very dominant little boy, and you never say no to him.
Right.
You never say no to him. Either of you actually say no to him, really, that I've seen. You're saying to me, I want him off my breast, and he's kind of going, and you're lifting him up and you're holding him, and I'm watching his hand go straight down and in, and you're actually you're not saying no and putting him down. You're holding him and allow him to do it.
I will try and come and take him off.
But sometimes I see you standing there looking, feeling quite helpless.
Yeah, because she doesn't want me to even. If I take him away, she gets angry sometimes. You know, and find I'm too maybe aggressive.
I want to still be able to cuddle him though. I don't want to stop the cuddling, do I?
You can cuddle him. You can cuddle him. That's not the problem. What do you feel about the fact that your 2-year-old son has control, is in charge of your wife's body?
I don't feel too good about it because he left no room really.
For what?
For us. Because I mean, sometimes I would just feel I just give up, just go, and then see me again.
You just feel that you want to.
That was the stage I was reaching to. If we didn't come here, because I was reaching to a stage where I just say one of these days I'm gonna just leave, pack up, and leave the window, and they're not gonna see me.
Toby and I are so physically attached to each other that for a long time I guess I haven't needed the same intensity of physical attachment that I had with Toney before. So much cuddles and stuff with Toby that I neglect Toney really. And
I reach a stage I don't bother anymore.
And he doesn't bother. And then if he doesn't bother, then I think, well, he's not interested, so I don't bother.
There's two big areas for me. The one area is your ambivalence and saying goodbye to a part of you as a mother. I can't neglect that this week. I think you need some space and time to think about that. I think it's emotionally it's very, very hard for you. Yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
Don't
because you're actually saying it now. It's like, I was crying a bit last night actually because
that stressed me out too. Anyway.
No, but it's
she started to cry. I just get.
No, but it's because of Is it saying goodbye to a part of me that won't happen again?
Yeah.
So it's pretty on the edge for you, Toney.
Yeah, it is.
You want your wife back. You want the bed back.
But you know what? Can I make a suggestion? If you want me back, you've got to show me that you do, because sometimes I just feel you aren't interested in me and you just see me as a mother. You just see me as the one who looks after the kids. Like, to put it bluntly, I don't feel that you find me sexually attractive, and so for that's if I did, I do sometimes. If I did feel that more, then I would feel more encouraged to get back to that side of me.
We have no time for each other anymore. We constantly have been arguing, so.
You're very angry with each other though, aren't you?
We love each other.
You are very angry. You do love each other. I can see.
Love each other, but yeah, we are angry with each other too.
You are angry. You feel helpless and frustrated, and you feel told off and belittled, and that makes you feel angry. So you grab your baby closer to your breast and say, "Well,
go then."
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And poor little Toby is the pawn that all this is being played out through. So how healthy is that for him?
I haven't really thought of it that way, actually. I hadn't thought of that at all.
I think your heart is breaking. Mm-hmm. Alex, you need to be given space to cry because you're saying goodbye to something. Mm-hmm. And that's almost like a bereavement. You're saying goodbye to a part of being a mother that you know in your heart will never come back. Yeah. I think you have to be given the space and the permission, Toney, if you don't mind me saying, to cry, to have you comfort her, because otherwise she won't be able to do this. I think this is the hardest decision you've ever had to make in your life.
Yeah, it's right, yeah.
Good boy. Get in there.
The Dixon family are on a day out.
We're going to a place where you can make your own. You can design your own cup and plate, and do some colouring on it and stuff.
Their destination is a cafe where they can paint pottery to take home.
How gentle are you doing that? Harry's doing that all gently.
More importantly, it's a public place, the type of environment where Harrison would throw wild tantrums.
Oh wow, this feels nice, doesn't it? Looks good.
Do the wheels black later?
Tanya wants to see if the Dixons have learnt how to use positive praise to control Harrison's unruly behaviour.
Do you do this at school?
Yeah.
It's better than me at it.
So far it seems to be working, and Harrison is behaving impeccably, but their test is about to get harder. Tanya has given Darren instructions to leave Harrison alone with Mum Sarah to more closely recreate normal life when Dad spends most of the day away at work.
Shall I do it with you? Say bye-bye, Daddy. So see you in a little while.
I think this morning Harry has really enjoyed doing that. It's very encouraging. Sat down, he interacted. It's just time we'll see now what he's like with Sarah.
Good idea.
Hopefully.
Isn't it?
Fingers crossed, everything's crossed, legs, knees, everything.
Yeah, we're going to put a top on first. What top are you going to make Mummy wear? Let's find a nice top for Kelsey. What top are you going to put Mummy on Mummy?
You've set Sarah and Kelsey an exercise. Mm-hmm. What is it and why?
Okay, I've asked them to build 2 scarecrows for 2 reasons, 2 very simple reasons. Number one, I want them to have some time together playing, focusing on an activity and achieving something really great together. You know, play, bonding relationship. The second thing is I want to look at the dynamic between them as mother and daughter, and I'm quite interested afterwards to see how Kelsey and I together think about where the scarecrows go in terms of their relation to each other, which might tell me something about Kelsey's perception of her relationship with her mum.
Watch my fingers. Right. No, come on, do it nicely.
There are 2 key issues to the relationship. One is about Sarah feels that they haven't really bonded in the way that a mother and daughter should. But also today she had a very, very difficult session and she became very emotional about the fact that she feels, or she recognises, that actually the dynamic between her and Kelsey as mother and daughter is really odd, and it's not a mother-daughter dynamic relationship.
I'm just going to do some drawing. Your face.
Do some drawing in a minute, Kelsey.
No, I'm just going to do your face.
You're going to do my face? OK then.
Just going to do your face.
Any smiles and a nose.
Kelsey's a very independent little girl she's only just 4. I think Kelsey's very tuned into Sarah's emotions and really looks after her. And when she sees that she's sad, she becomes very kind of protective and wants to go and cuddle her. And so there's a bit of a role reversal, and I think it's about helping Sarah think about that and how we can focus on that for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and the cross face.
And a cross face? You're going to do your face, are you? You're drawing your face for me?
Kelsey gets herself up in the morning, gets herself dressed at home, takes herself out to play while Sarah sleeps. Kelsey will come and wake her mother up. I think for a child to wake up on their own and take responsibility for their own dressing and and feeding and playing while the parent still sleeps on at that age is not appropriate.
We must also remember that Sarah's quite young. She's 28. So is she looking for a mate in Kelsey?
Oh, I think definitely she's looking for a mate. I think, you know, she said to me earlier on today, when Kelsey comes into her room in her house, she welcomes her in. She wants her in sometimes because she's her little bedfellow, somebody to cuddle, someone to make her feel better. And I think, you know, obviously her emotional response to Kelsey as well as her behavioural response is going to have a massive impact on the fact that Kelsey hasn't been sleeping in her bed on her own.
It's the third day in the House of Tiny Tearaways, and Tanya's still got a long way to go if she's going to solve the problems of this week's families. Sarah McMillan brought 4-year-old daughter Kelsey to the house because she can no longer cope with Kelsey's bad behaviour. With the help of a new time-out technique, Sarah's gaining better control of Kelsey's outbursts, but Tanya now wants to work on rebuilding their fractured mother-daughter relationship. The Pitt family, Mum Alex, Dad Toney and their 2 sons, Timu and Toby, have come here to try and put a stop to 2-year-old Toby breastfeeding. Toby wakes continuously throughout the night, demanding a feed from Mum Alex, and the exhausting disruption to Mum and Dad's sleep is taking their marriage to the limit. 5-year-old Harrison Dixon shouts, screams and even hits out if he doesn't get his own way, and it's driving Mum, Sarah and Dad Darren to despair. Harrison also exists on a limited diet of chocolate buttons and bread and butter, and rarely sleeps unless he's in his parents' bed. Tanya wants to work on Sarah and Dan's relationship with Harrison, in the hope that if they open up emotionally with him and each other, Harrison's problems will be one step closer to a solution.
What do I look like?
With only 3 days left, there's still a massive task ahead. Still to come.
We'll see how Toney is with him tonight. I don't know when he wakes up, I don't know what we'll do.
Paint the car.
Harrison's been as good as gold at the Creative Cafe. Tanya rings to find out how things are going.
Hello?
Sarah?
How's it going?
Okay so far.
Why has this happened? What's different?
Because we haven't taken him to a place like this before, and I think he's pleased with himself for painting and doing what he wanted to do, really.
If you went to a supermarket, would he patiently shop with you or would he be a pain?
He would be a pain. He wouldn't shop with me. He'd demand things and stuff.
Okay, how strong do you feel today?
Okay, I feel quite strong.
If I was to send you and him to a supermarket, do you think you could try and manage that?
Yes, certainly.
All right then.
Okay.
You're up for it? You're going to go for it?
Yes, I am, yeah.
You're a cool woman. Well done.
I hope so.
So, Sarah and Harrison head off to the supermarket to see whether being in a more everyday environment changes his mood.
I think. Oh, watch Mummy.
And to see whether Sarah can continue to use Tanya's techniques
what,
of
Mummy wants to
positive
get some of
praise
these as
to
well,
prevent
Harry, 'cause
any
they've got
bad
to put some
behaviour.
in. Stop there, don't bang the trolley. Don't go too fast, Harry.
No.
You're going to knock into that lady. Sorry. Right, I'd appreciate it if Mummy pushed the trolley now. You're knocking into people. Right, do you want me to stand you in the trolley? Harry. Don't. Right, you're going to help me load it in this bag? Why? Harrison, come here, please. I don't want you running off, though, so I want you standing here with me. Come on. Stand here, watch. Watch it come down. Oh, there you go. Look, it's come up. Harrison, I would like you to take that for me.
No.
Please, will you take the shopping?
No.
Come on.
A fee.
What if there was something in there that you broke?
A fee, Mum.
Yeah, but you shouldn't just drop it.
Surprisingly, Sarah's happy because Harrison hasn't been as badly behaved as she's used to.
Normally I get the swearing and I get the hitting a bit harder. He didn't play me up as much as what he normally does. And I think he knew I was angry with the tone in my voice. I hope, anyway.
The sort of briefly
Earlier
give me the
today,
edited
Mum Sarah
highlights of how
McMillan
things are
discovered
going
that
for
she
you,
had been
where you
treating
are
her daughter
today.
Kelsey as an
Go
adult,
through.
rather
At the
than the
moment,
4-year-old girl
it's
she
all very
actually is.
positive. Do you think you're mother and daughter, or do you think you're more like friends or even partners?
Yeah.
Tanya set up a simple exercise where Mum Sarah and Kelsey made scarecrows of each other. Now complete, the scarecrows take on a very different role. Tanya wants to use them to find out how Kelsey perceives her relationship with her mum Sarah.
Who's this?
Mummy.
Where's Mummy go? It's got to be on the grass, darling. Mummy goes over there. Okay. Right, so Mummy
Where's
goes...
Kelsey going? Kelsey's going over there.
Kelsey's going over there. Okay. Right, so this is Kelsey over here, and this is Mummy over there. What's Mummy Scarecrow feeling? What's her face like when she's standing there?
She's a bit cross.
She's a bit cross, is she?
Yeah.
Is that why she's standing over there?
Yeah.
And
And that's me thinking.
You're thinking. So Mummy Scarecrow's got a cross face and standing there, and you're behind her and you're thinking. So how do you know that Mummy Scarecrow is cross? Is that a cross face?
Yeah.
Can you show me? Can you show me what a cross face looks like? Show me a cross face.
That's how he looks like.
That's how it looks like. And is Mummy's face like that a lot? Mummy Scarecrow's face like that a lot?
Yeah.
Is it? And when Mummy Scarecrow's face is like that, what does Kelsey Scarecrow want to do?
Help Mummy.
Help Mummy. What else does Kelsey Scarecrow want to do?
Help her tidy her room.
Help her tidy her room. So this is what Kelsey Scarecrow does for Mummy Scarecrow?
Yeah.
Because Mummy Scarecrow's got a... Show me the face again. Face, okay. Mummy Scarecrow's feeling cross, and so Kelsey Scarecrow's standing all over here. Why is Kelsey Scarecrow standing here when Mummy Scarecrow feels cross?
Because they wanted to take her hand back and didn't.
She wanted to what, darling?
Take her hand. But I'm going to
Okay, well hold on, let's take the whole of her with you. Where do you want to put her then?
there.
You want to put her here? What, there, just there? What do? Do we tie their hands together?
Yeah.
And do you hold hands because you're friends or because you're cross?
Because I am.
You are what, darling?
Because that's why I am, because I get cross with Mummy.
You get cross with Mummy?
Yeah.
What do you get cross about, darling?
Because when Mummy gets cross with me,
Yes.
I get cross with Mummy.
When Mummy gets cross with you, you get cross with Mummy.
Yeah.
So how would you like it to be? Would you like you and Mummy being cross together?
I like to have a nice party with Mummy.
A nice party with Mummy, yes.
And to have a good cuddle.
A good cuddle, right. And what else?
And have a nice sit down with each other.
And a nice sit down with each other. So you show me the best place for Kelsey and Mummy to be when they're happy. How would the scarecrows be?
And they go...
Closer?
Yeah.
And what would they do? Cuddle?
Yeah.
How do they cuddle?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need the scarecrows anymore. Oh.
The Pitt family arrived yesterday, exhausted by 2-year-old Toby's need to be breastfed throughout the night. So far, Mum Alex has resisted the temptation to breastfeed Toby. A key part to putting an end to their restless nights and giving in to Toby's need to suckle back to sleep is how they plan Toby's nighttime routine.
Breastfeeding today?
Not at all, I haven't done it at all.
How are you feeling?
Fine. He hasn't asked me in the last 2 hours either, so...
How do you feel about that?
It's good. It's good.
You don't look that happy.
Just look knackered. Just so really tired.
So who's going to do the night shift tonight then?
I'm going to do it still.
Oh, stop.
You are or you're not?
I'm still going to do it.
I can't believe you said that.
Are you?
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to
All
do it.
night?
Yeah.
You have to do it slightly differently tonight though.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you really clearly what you need to do. Take him into a room that is already darkened. You can have the night light on. Yeah. And you lay him in his bed and you kiss him and you say it's time to go to sleep and you lay him down and you cover him. If he's obviously finding it difficult, you just kneel by the bed and you just kind of sort of touch him a bit, but not too much, and then sit back and say shh, go to sleep, but very quietly. If he sits up, just lay him down and then just kind of look away. The reason for that is What you're saying is, I'm here, I'm present, I'm not leaving you, I'm not going to abandon you, but I'm not going to play with you either. This is called the gradual withdrawal method. Basically, he is used to having you, your body, your breast and your smell next to him to go to sleep.
I know we've tried that at home with him in the bed next to us.
It doesn't work in the bed next to you.
Stroking him and saying shush, and it's like...
Well, it doesn't work in the bed next to you because
he knows he can get in ours.
Yeah, exactly. Okay?
Yeah.
Good luck, mate.
All right.
If any man on the planet can do it, I'm sure you can.
Do it.
It's always
Earlier
that with
today,
Darren,
Sarah
which
and
is
Darren Dixon admitted
he
that
just
their
don't show me-
relationship had
I
fallen
know it's
apart.
not. I'm stuck in a marriage that's it's there for convenience.
A marriage is just a thing.
To try and bridge the divide between
that's
them,
completely and
Tanya
utterly
has a
ruined my
request.
plan. Could you tonight just spend some time together, just the two of you talking, but you have maximum 5 minutes to talk about the young lad, and then the rest of the time is to talk about us. Just stuff, you two, whatever. The stuff, talk like you haven't talked for a while. Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't look very excited.
No, it's fine. I'll just pretend I've met him in here.
Yeah. Pretend it's your first date. Yeah. I just want it because I think it's important that you try and reconnect some of that. Okay, well, have a good evening, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Oh. Just the whole idea of it's not on the tea and eating, kids running around. Isn't it? What we're going to talk about in the gazebo.
Sexual positions. Together.
Yeah, because you did say that was all you knew. How to have fun with me.
That's what we're good at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have no knacks. That's left in a minute.
Oh dear.
It's bedtime for Toby, and Dad Toney is taking care of settling him. This is to prevent both Toby and Mum Alex resorting back to breastfeeding by taking Mum out of the equation and removing the temptation.
No more? Okay.
While Dad Toney gets Toby to sleep, Mum Alex takes the opportunity to record her feelings in a video diary.
One way that I express myself at home, usually if I'm feeling really strong feelings about something, is to write a poem or write a song. And I haven't written anything since I've been in here. I know it's only been a day or 2 days, but I find it's a really good way to express my emotions. I'll read you out. Saying goodbye to my baby, time to be big now, finding it hard to let go now. You've been my baby so long. Maybe you're not the one who's crying. You're just in your bed sleeping. Wish I was in there with you. Everyone telling me I have to let go now, and you're not putting up much of a fight, so it's time. But I'm not feeling fine about it. I don't know why I need to cry, letting go of my baby. He's really fine. There's a stupid thing is he's really fine. And we'll see how Toney is with him tonight. I don't know when he wakes up, I don't know what we'll do. So I think this is a lot more about me than about him. Maybe I will give him and feed him, but I'm just worried if I do that, then we'll just back to where we were. I think I'll go back in the room with the others and talk about something else, and then I'll go to bed. Or I might go and lie in the room with Toby. But if I do that and I stop crying, I'll probably wake him up, and then, because subconsciously that's what I want him to wake up and feed him. But I'm not going to.
Although it's Tony's responsibility to look after Toby, Mum Alex decides to check up on him.
Should I tell you a story? Baby Jessie? Okay. Okay. So what's your daddy now then? Because I thought he was helping. What was it? He said, he's not helping me to deal with this, and he's not helping you either. I need to cuddle you, baby, don't I? I need to cuddle my baby. I'll just break away from the cuddles.
This room is red on
Yeah, I
the
say,
red on the chairs.
you
you're
feel
running
if
that
you
bit-
sorted
Oh,
the same
frickin'
day.
hell.
That's what I tell him. I say, you feel if you sorted the same day that. Okay, I'm coming. Like I've been going crazy right now.
You
Everything
okay?
I've been going crazy.
You okay? Have you had the lights now? Yeah.
What's up?
No, I need to talk to you.
Alright, there we go. Come in.
Right, Toby's woken up twice. I've had to feed him because my boobs are so full and I
You shouldn't feed him, Alex.
This is why I need to talk.
Boy,
Okay, I don't
you're
need to
supposed
talk to you.
call
And have,
me. You're supposed to come on, call me.
I was
Don't-
talking on this baby monitor, and you have heard
Yeah, but
nothing.
you're supposed to feed him.
You haven't heard. You haven't
You
heard
gotta
him
still right.
crying.
You gotta still what? You're supposed to feed him. You feed him with the bottle?
Do you think you can listen to me?
No, you give him the bottle, not the breast.
When I went in there, I tried to express the milk because this is very full. It's very uncomfortable. I couldn't express very much. No, you tell me what I'm supposed to do. When I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm desperate to cuddle my
So
baby.
all the talk you had in there was waste of time then?
This feels so uncomfortable because it's so full and I couldn't express it.
What you just do there now, you just change back everything. We didn't come here just to play games, man. You come here to
and
leave
you're
off
supposed
that.
to be in there when he's crying.
It don't matter, Alex.
And
Even
you're
if
not
I'm not
there.
there or not there, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to give him it.
Anyway,
It's
if you
your
just-
mind
Okay.
and your heart and with him. That's why
Right.
you give him it. That's
Tony,
what-
if my boobs felt fine, right, and not uncomfortable, I think I could have gone through without doing it that time. I think I could have, but it's I wanted to cuddle him. It's not just the boobs. It's like he's always there next to me, and you're not there next to me. Are
You're
you?
not going to change, you
You're
know.
not even there.
You're not going to
You're
change.
Not even there.
You
You're not
come here and you're
even
still
there.
in change.
I don't want to walk past them because it's a bit embarrassing. That was so embarrassing for him.
So I'm going through cancer stick. Anyone want to join me? I don't
He's a
know.
lovely guy.
He is. He's diamond.
Yeah, but we've only known him for 2 days, so if they've been together for
No,
a
he
long
he does seem very down to earth, very laid back.
She's up her own
Maybe
ass.
a bit too laid back.
You aren't helping me.
I've been
Tony.
helping you
You're
whole
not in
day.
there.
I've been doing things whole day. I've been there last night with you. If you've been annoyed of it and you couldn't take him crying, just come straight and tell me. Tony, he's crying. Come on. You just try to pour all the blame on me, you know? To have your own little way. You'll do anything for that excuse, just to give him it. This is what we've been fighting for all the time. That's what we come here for.
We're supposed to be supporting each
all-
other together.
we are supporting each other. We're supposed to do it if it's that difficult. You're supposed to just come and tell me, babes. It's
I've
opportunity
done really well,
to stand
Tony,
firm.
and I would like from you to just say to me that I've done so well for not feeding him last night and not doing it all day.
Because of you. Because you need his help, innit?
Yes, I do need the
Yeah,
help.
but it seems like you don't...
But just now, I wasn't getting any help from anybody at all.
You don't have to say it that way. Simple.
It's obviously nothing to do with it.
Earlier today, Tanya asked Mum Sarah and Dad Darren Dixon to try and spend more time together talking as a couple after they admitted that their marriage was under considerable strain. Alone together for only the 6th night since 5-year-old Harrison was born, they finally get the chance for some pillow talk.
We kept thinking he was beyond help.
He's not beyond help.
No, we kept thinking that, but we always threw a lot of things.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but didn't we throw a lot of things on his shoulders and blame him?
and Sarah said to me tonight, she said, Is that the same wife you came in with tonight, was it?
Eh?
Is that the same wife you came in with tonight, is it? Because you were skipping up the passageway.
Oh, was I?
I said, no, I've never seen her do that before. It's the wife I fell in love with. Cool, calm. Not got an argument with the rest of the world.